Connection. Notice what that word evokes in you. Perhaps we might feel a sense of longing, as in all human beings, all beings long for connection, for deeper connection, for more and more intimate connection. There's something that knows that this is our natural state, a state of oneness. And when we feel disconnected, it's uncomfortable. There's something missing. And the word connection can also evoke certain areas of contraction, tension in the body as well. And so make space for everything. It's one of those words, one of those aspects of human life that both evoke a sense of wanting, of longing, of leaning in towards it, and simultaneously a sense of leaning away from it, a sense of contraction. And so today I would like to suggest that the first order of this process is, when we're looking to connect with more with something outside of us, is to start with ourselves. So let's feel the connection of our body to the ground beneath us through the very real sensation of the weight of our body, the sensation of pressure in our feet, our legs, our bums. And all of the inner sensations that come along with the body giving itself to the ground. There's often some kind of melting, softening that we experience. Particularly when we do this as a group. The field is stronger and it gives us an enhanced experience of the body settling into the ground. And then this subtle melting might be happening in the shoulders and the belly, the hands, places you might have not been aware of until now. We're holding more tension than needed. Let's connect to the space around us as we inhale, feeling the body expanding in all directions. Just acknowledging that we exist within this space. And in a way, you could say that we're exchanging with it through the breath. Even with the eyes closed, there's a sense of space behind you, in front of you, above you. So feeling the breath rise and fall and connecting to the breath. Connecting without agenda, without demands, without expectations. And now let's connect to a greater sense of our body. So beyond the sensations related to breath and to the body settling on the earth, there are many other sensations that may come into our awareness as we expand the lens of awareness to include joints, organs, temperature, feeling sensations of hunger or satiety. And once again, reminding ourselves to connect in a very pure and innocent way, meaning without demands, without trying to control. We can practice letting go of control of those we are in relationship with and of those we wish to connect with more. We can practice letting go of control with our own very own experience to begin with. So we notice the sensations that arise in our body, some which we may like and some which we may not like, but giving equal space. We can take a moment here to connect with the thought stream, to just acknowledge it without grasping onto any stories or rejecting any, just letting the mind do what it does, which is to generate thoughts. They may or may not be true. So again, connecting to the mind in a very spacious way. Great. And then we can turn up the magnification in the body and let awareness take us into the territory of the emotions, which tend to be subtler sensations than those of the gross body. And whether or not you can name the emotions that you're experiencing in this moment, sometimes it's just a feeling of tightness in the throat or heaviness in the heart. In fact, letting go of labels is a really beautiful way of connecting more deeply because we let go of ideas we might have about that particular feeling state. So just noticing on the emotional level where you're feeling energies alive and moving in your body. And connect once again with openness, without agenda, with a willingness to practice completely letting go of control. Control takes us away from connection. But no doubt we will all notice certain patterns of trying to control around our emotional states. And so we can equally connect to those habits, those patterns, and allowing that to be as it is, so we can notice attempts to control. But true connection is letting go of manipulating in any way. And notice in your own experience how that feels. And when you find yourself disconnecting from your whole being experience, usually to start following the thought stream, know that this is just simply a choice point to be kind and to come back to a more global sense of connecting with your whole being. Everything that arises gets to exist freely within your field of awareness. And now I'd like you to call to mind someone or something in your life that you have been longing for more connection with. Perhaps there was deeper connection at some point, and for whatever reason, it feels more distant now. Or perhaps it's someone that you don't really know that well yet, but somehow there's a drawing towards this person, and you're looking for deeper connection, but not sure how to navigate that. Just trust yourself, and somebody or something will come forward, and just let it do so. And once it's here, just allow yourself to feel the presence and the resonance of that being in your body. So as that person comes to mind, they also come to your body and your emotional being. They affect you on every level, actually. And so once again, now that we've brought this person, this being into awareness, we begin with connecting with ourselves. How does my breath change when I think about this person? Or maybe it stays the same. Just notice. And as you notice the breath and the shifts that might have happened, does it continue to shift when you shine the light of awareness there? How does my connection to the earth shift when I think about this being? Do I feel pulled out of my roots? Or do I feel very settled? And as you shine the light of awareness there, notice the shifts that begin to happen. Maybe where you were feeling pulled out of your roots, as you just gently bring awareness to that, the body may feel coaxed to settle back down again. And as it does, you may feel an activation of either the mind or the emotional territories of your being. So let's go to the mind first and just notice if any particular story lines have been activated as you think about this being with whom you are wishing for greater connection. Memories, perhaps. Perhaps ideas about who this person is, what they're all about, what you need from them. All of that, just notice it without hooking in. The more that we are on to the contents of the mind, the less it catches us, the less it hooks us. So we notice the contents of the mind without believing it. Most of the contents of the mind and the interpretations are simply coming from our conditioning. So to learn to step back from the mind and come back to a state of oneness with all that is an important practice. And you could say that we are practicing oneness with all that is with this meditation on connection. And now let's open to our emotional being as perhaps we once again call in that person, that being that we wish more connection with, just to kind of remind our field of the practice that we're doing. And just notice what gets activated, either in the emotional body or the energy body, which are one and the same. Energy body is just a little bit more subtle. And just notice where do I feel tension or stress in my body? Where do I feel my heart opening or other parts of my being opening? And connecting with that, once again, with the encouragement to stay open, still, respectful, welcoming. Use your breath as a resource to expand into any areas that are feeling activated. And just filling them up with light with the inhale and softening on the exhale. There may be many layers of emotions and energies that arise. And so for the remaining minutes, just continue to be with your experience. Continue to include everything that arises. And mostly connect to a sense of presence that is beyond all of the details. And now, when you think about that person from this place of deeper connection with yourself, what do you notice? Do you notice a greater sense of peace with the way that things are, and a greater willingness to allow that soul to be completely free to express and live and be in their own way? And this may be a practice that you need to repeat several or many times in order to presence the layers that are here to be healed within this particular relationship.